Okay, that's enough. Ow. Hey there, everybody. It's the Nasty One here again, and welcome back to the next episode here of the Shuffle Draft Strategies mini-series here on the channel. First episode, last time out, was the Pitching is King strategy, where we decided to draft our entire pitching staff first before even attempting to address our offense. And as you can imagine, it did not go particularly well. We finished in last place and had one of the worst records in the league, but it wasn't the very worst. Still, it's pretty bad when you're the only team in your division that doesn't get a winning record, and also is one of two that missed the playoffs. So, yeah, that's kind of how it goes. But today, we're going to be doing the opposite of that strategy, which is we're going to be drafting our hitters first, and then we are allowed to go get our pitching staff. So we have to completely draft, at the bare minimum, our entire starting lineup before we can even attempt to draft a pitcher, unless it forces us to do so. So we're going to draft a copy of the Super Mega League here. It's going to be, this is going to be Hitter's Rule. This will be the Hitter's Rule League. Just from the one league, and it'll be random bounced again, like it always is. Alright, and then we're going to pick a team that primarily relies on their offense instead of their pitching. It's pretty easy where you think I'm going to go with this one. It's going to be the Nemesis. This is basically the entire draft strategy the Nemesis went into the game with, where they just completely went after all offense, and they didn't even attempt to address their pitching until later. So let's see how it works out for them here. Let's do it. Alrighty, so up first, we only have two options for offense. We can't pick any of the pitchers, so Stafford is out, Maurice Brick, Shea D, Rhiannon Cannon, Slips Vanderwink, and Rita Raconda all are ineligible. The only exception to the pitcher rule that I would draft would be Norm Phenomena, because he'll be drafted as an infielder, not as a long reliever. So our choices are Carlton Starr, young shortstop from the Heaters, or Howie Caldite, free agent outfielder. I think you know where I'm going with this one. It's going to be Carlton Starr all day, every day. He's the best available option. So we have our shortstop. Next up, we got Beefcake McStevens. Oh, right. That's going to be a tough one to beat. I love Beefcake. We got Narubu Wonga. We can't pick Primo. Lloyd Cook. Grunt Manley. Solid option. Fabio, we can't pick. Batch Wilson, Hank Hart. No way. Narub, I like Narub. He's good. It's a solid outfield option there in right field. Good contact back, great speed. Decent fielder, too. He's also got some pop in his bat. Can't overlook him. He's a sleeper pick. Lloyd Cook, he's a decent fielder at second base. Doesn't have an arm. Most second basemen don't, but he's a power bat. Doesn't have a lot of contact. He has great speed, though. Grunt Manley, very well-rounded guy, and also has RBI hero on top of that. And then since we're doing a season, the ages will not matter of our players. There'll be no progression or regression. But, I mean, you can't go against Beefcake McStevens. You have to pick him here. One of the best third basemen in the game. Let's go. Easy pick. All right, next up. Cannot draft Chug Bourbony. Cannot draft Texas. Cannot draft Kendra. Cannot draft Japani. So our options are Andre Candela at second base. Looks like we're going all infield here to start. Thurman Colt in center field. Not an ideal option. Boo Lewis, he's a mid-level catcher, and Rod Forth, who's a mid-level right fielder, who basically only does two things well, and that's run and hit for contact. Andre Candelo, this is a no-brainer. Only thing he doesn't have is an arm at second base, but he can play the entire infield, and he's pretty well-rounded. So easy chip pick here. We got three infielders to start. Next up, Jem Qualita cannot take. Angel Verde cannot take. We got Johnny Bags for right field. I don't like Hugs Lavelle anyway, but again, pitcher. Options are Joe Trunk in first base. Complete the infielder, Johnny Bags in right. Best player available, it's got to be Johnny Bags. So we got a right fielder now. Only thing Johnny doesn't do well is field, but it's right field. How can you fuck up right field? Next up, can't take slider, Southpaw Ortiz. We have the option of Stan Alive. Hey, I'm Connor in center field. I like Hay. Cecil, nope, can't take him. Brent Branch, we can't take. JYS behind the plate. JYS is not a bad option at catcher here this early, but it's a little too early for a B- player, I think. Stan Alive is the prototypical Nemesis player. He can hit, he can run, but he can't field. Or, hey, I'm calling her. He can run, he can hit for power, he's got a good arm in center, but he can't field. I don't think you can pass up Hay in this situation. I gotta take him. Stan's low fielding just is too much. Alright, next up, pitcher. We have one option, and that is catcher, Mamori Aoshima. Easiest pick so far. Didn't even have to think about it. Alright, next up, pitcher. We got a left fielder, Guy Gold. Pitcher, first base, pitcher. So, Sturdy Woodman or Guy Gold. I don't like either option, but best player is Gold, so we'll take him in left. So now all we need is a first baseman, and then we can start drafting pitchers. Pitcher. Kobe Kingman is the only option for offense. So come on in, Kobe. We have our entire starting lineup. Let's go. I can't believe that actually worked. Alright, and now it's forcing me to take a pitcher. So we will start addressing our pitching staff now. What are my options? Durbin Holmes, probably too low level as an ace. Tucker Turlington this late in the draft is a steal at a B+, so I'm going to take him and put him in the bullpen first. I had to re-plug in the microphone there. It was kept getting caught on something. I'm pretty sure I was crackling. There we go. All right, next up. Ooh, Marco DeMarco is a bench option. Bradley Bowler in the bullpen, not bad. Diggler is a stretch. Cutter Crack-A-Barrels is a solid long arm option to have. Although, if I'm going to go long arm, I would probably just take Bowler. Or is Marco DeMarco that valuable as a bench outfielder? I think he is, because he is a good fielder. He can cover for all of our outfielders if we need to sub him in to play the outfield. So, let's go get Marco. Let's bring him in as a bench bat. Alright, pitching. We got Japani, Milo Stewart, or Rob Hurlington the fourth. Alright, so RH4, Japani, or Stewart. Let's do... I mean, Milo's a great middle infield option here. Japani's nothing special. BH4 is a real well-rounded reliever. Does have volatile and would put our first crafty player on the team. You know what? Let's get Bob. I'll take Bob here. Next up, Bubkins. Well, she is an ace in old iterations of the game for the Buzzards, so it's not a role she's unfamiliar with. Also have Scuffingham. No, thank you. We can get Bobby's twin brother, Rob, in the bullpen. That's not bad. You know what? That's what we're going to do. Let's go get Rob. Let's bring the Hurlington brothers. Keep them united, you know? Yeah, let's go. Alright, Fred Bobbitt can't fields. Johnson Swanson's not a bad backup catcher. I like Johnson. Brent Branch, this late in the draft as a reliever, is solid. At least our bullpen's going to be semi-decent. Haven't touched starting pitching yet. That's going to scare me. I think it's between Branch and Swanson. And between the two, I'm going to take Johnson. Let me get him and have our catching unit be set. Because Mamori's not a great fielder. She's got a great arm, but she can't field. Swanson is well-rounded. He can do pretty much both. Yeps Frauser, no thanks. I don't like that trade. Alberto Roberto, Grease Veterano. We do need a long arm in the bullpen somewhere. Could get Buck Berger. Let's get Grease. We need a long arm here. Let's get Grease in here. Alright, Lumberg. Ian Fielder. This be a good bench infield option. Or Lumberg. Let's do Ian. Let's get Ian in here. He can play the infield. It's not bad. Billy LeBoink would be a solid corner outfield option to complement DeMarco. Lola would also be a good long arm option. I think we're going to need that. Binky's decent as well. Let's do Lola so we can get Scholarly up to tier 2 at least. Yeah, let's get 2 long arms because we still haven't brought a starting pitcher in yet, so we're going to need a lot of help in the bullpen with length. Oh, Kathy would be great. Bella. Oh. Did we draft Bella Mietball as the ace of this pitching staff? Or Carrie Wayward even. Oh my god. This is going to get really bad here in a hurry. I'm going to take Kathy here. I think it's the smart play. Corner infield option again. Need another infielder, I think, on the roster, and then we'll be set. We already have a backup catcher. Def Weddams would move Veterano into the rotation. You know what? Give me Bruno. He can play the infield. He can play middle infield, so we'll take that. Excellent. Alright, so offense is done. Now we just need starting pitching. Who's going to be the ace of this pitching staff? You know what? This is probably not a bad idea. This would put Spirited at tier 3, which is where most of our traits are. Give me Candy Sweet. He'll be the ace. Let's bring the veteran in from the Sandcats. Never thought I'd be saying those words ever in my life. Who's our number 2? Who is our number 2? Best player available. Garth Givener. Gotta be Garth. Next up, best person available. We need starting pitching only. So, Wayward or Stacker? Give me Deuce! This is gonna suck. Alright, last pick. Knibbles or BH3? I like BH3, but I think I'm going to take Knibbles here. I really wish we got a scholarly option to put in here so we could have 2 traits at two chemistries at tier 3. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. Between the two of them, Knibbles is the more well-rounded option compared to BH3, who does have Pick Officer, but it's only going to be at tier 1, and the traits I have at that particular chemistry are what? Tier 1. That is going to be Pick Officer on Candy Sweet, Distractor on Bruno. So, not like, no negative traits, thankfully, are going to be at tier 3 for that. So I'm going to have to resign myself to that fate. But I like Pan better, so we'll take Pan. Former heater. Alright, that's it. Our starting rotation is some booty cheeks. Our bullpen, surprisingly, is not horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible. I wish we had gotten Scholarly up to tier 3. That would have been absolutely clutch with the amount of Scholarly traits we have, but we'll take what we can get. So we're doing a new season with this team, obviously. We're doing the same thing as last time, which is 162 games. So find that up here real quick. 9 innings. We'll do first extra inning rule. Why not? 8 out of 20, and it's best of 5 in the playoffs. So let's go. I actually can't believe how well this actually worked out with us getting the entire starting lineup before it made me take a picture of any kind. That's pretty cool. All right. Sim up. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, actually. Well, that'll take away some of the games they have to sim through. So now, quick preview of what the lineup's going to look like here. Obviously, we do know DH, so this is with DH when we do play those teams. Guy Gold in DH, Bags in right, McStevens at third, Colliner in center, Candela at second. Kathy will be starting in left field. Carlton Starr at short, Kingman at first, and Johnson Swanson will be catching most of the time. And here's the DH lineup. That is Kathy in left, Candela at second, Bags in right, McStevens at third, Colliner in center, Starr at short, Kingman at first, and Swanson catching with the pitcher slot 9. This is going to be interesting. I have a really bad feeling that we are going to get absolutely clapped the entire time. So, lineup set there, and let's do schedule. Sim all the way down to the end, and sim to end of regular season. Let's see how this goes. I have a feeling it's not going to go very well. I would be impressed if this actually works. I'm expecting another last place finish in the cards here. What we got? Come on, brother. What we got coming up? Come on now. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Let's start simming these games. Come on, man. I'll watch the first game sim just to see how it starts with Candy Sweet as the ace, and then I'm going to hit sim all after that because I really want to see how this works. Come on, let's see what we got. I mean, if we finish anything better than last place, I think is a victory in our book. Well, the first game's not going well. We rally to win, though, so, you know, maybe we can do that a whole bunch more times. And dead last. And we did... we did even worse than last time. Negative 128 run differential. By far the worst in the league. Holy shit. Buzzards have plus 160? What are they smoking over there? Jesus Christ. Must be some good shit. So for reference, the Moonstar experiment, which was pitchers first, we finished 74 and 88. We were in dead last in our division, but we weren't the worst team in the league. And we're still not the worst team in the league here. We're actually only third worst, but we're still dead last, and we by far have the worst run differential of the entire league at negative 128. Our pitching was just so terrible that it gave up way too many runs for not even our great offense could do anything about it. I'm going to be very scared to look at these numbers. Buzzards have the best team, 93 wins. Number 2 seed is the Platypi with 87. Crocodons are the 3 with 88 wins, and Grapplers number 4 at 85 wins. For the other side, number 1 team is the Wild Pigs with 90 wins. Number 2 seed is the Blowfish with 87. Number 3 is the Sandcats with 83 wins, and number 4 is the Moose with only 82. So that conference, the Super Conference, looks a lot weaker than the Mega Conference was this year. Because holy damn. Like, man, that's pretty bad. They only had 4 teams above 500. And that was the 4 teams that made the playoffs. Ours at least had 6. There was at least some competition. League leaders. Let's see if any of our guys made it here. No one in the top 10, unsurprisingly. Almost Slayer would be the MVP here. No one in batting, which is not even in home runs or RBIs. Non-base, slugging, OBS, nothing, man. This was a holy crap. Strikeouts, Kingman and Colliner. Shocking. Caught stealing, Johnny Bags with 9. So far, only negative leaders for us. Whip, OBA, strikeouts. Wow, we literally had nothing positive the entire season on the league leaders list. Holy crap. Alright, I'm really scared now. How bad does this look? Okay, Carlton Star, solid year, 276. Slugging just barely got above 400, though. OPS is a little under 750. 14 homers, 59 RBIs. He actually, respectable year. Cul-de-sac, not great. 240, 8 homers, 26 RBIs. Offense really isn't her game, but still. Johnny Bags, 275, 23 homers, third on the team, 82 RBIs. Beefcake, unsurprisingly, led the team in RBIs with 99. He was second in home runs with 25, 277. Slugging at 450 is decent. OPS, though, is under 800. Candela, 19 and 72, hit 264. Kobe Kingman led the team in home runs with 27. 79 RBIs, though, so not a lot of guys on base in front of him. Slugging was 458, which led the team, and OPS at 775. Again, not great. Colliner struggled, hit 230. OPS barely is under 700. Hit 21 homers, 67 RBIs. Johnson Swanson matched him in RBIs with 67, hit 20 points better in batting average, and had almost half his home runs. Just over half. Yeah, like, oh my god, dude, that's horrible. Oh, Colliner, man. Guy Gold was solid, 267, so no one on the team hit above 300 of the starters. DeMarco, Fielder, Aoshima. Like, Adama was solid off the bench, hitting 296, but he didn't play much. Damn. Yeah, this is pretty depressing. I'm scared to look at the pitching. Okay, 5 and 20. What? Jesus Christ, ERA of over 5. Givener, 5 and 15, ERA just above 5. Deuce Stacker, 5 and 14, ERA at 5. Pan Knibbles, 8 and 16 is the best record on the team at 8 and 16, but had an ERA at 5.25. My God, Pan. Bullpen, Veterano, 13 and 7, 4.95 ERA. Lola Knops, 8 and 3 with 3.49. That's the best ERA on the team. Turlington, 8 and 6, 4.56 ERA. BH4, 12 and 3, 3.88 ERA. He actually had the most wins, or second most wins behind Veterano. He had the best record, though, 12-3 ratio. ERA was pretty good as well. It's the second lowest. Whip, almost the lowest. And RH4, 8 and 5, 5.06 ERA, yeah. Shockingly, this did not go well. Sarcasm, of course, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, this was bad. This was really bad. Whips, no, thankfully no one had a whip above 1.6, but still, like, no one had a 2 whip or anything, but, like, that's just depressing. No wonder we suck. Alright, let's jump to the playoffs. Let's see which team's going to come out on top and then compare. how they did better compared to us. Let's sim it all and see what happens. And it is going to be the Platypi who run the table as the 2 seed. So the Buzzards, who were the best team in the league, did not even get out of the first round with that plus 160 run differential. They got upset in 5 by the Grapplers. Platypi win in 4, Sandcats win in 5, and then the Moose upset the Wild Pigs in 3, so neither top seed got out of the first round. Sandcats won in 4, Platypi won in 5 over the Grapplers, and then Platypi won in 5 over the Sandcats, so not bad. Let's take a look at the team. Let's see what the difference was. First, I really want to check that Buzzards team, but I'm going to do the champions first. Where are the Platypi here? They're right here. Spomp Cheese, Squinch, Toot Whistle, Howie Caldy, Juice Jackson didn't get either option for Toot Whistle or Jackson in the first round. Goodwood, Gonzalo, Buck Swiner, Magic Moore, and Charlie Lopez. Like, this offense ain't great by any stretch of the mind, but that pitching staff, that bullpen especially, is really, really good. Hanky, Sliperio, Hiwanasi, Hand, like, their bench ain't special either. Winnie is a solid ace option, but after her, this rotation goes off a cliff. Larry LaJoy is barely above average. Jerry Ronner is a bum. Rusty Nozzle, my God, don't get me started on Rusty Nozzle. And then in the bullpen, Grabowski's pretty good. He's a decent long arm. Gasser Morris is really good. He's an ace reliever right there. Joseph Broseph is solid. He has accuracy issues, but he's solid. Chiron Throne is below average, and Julio Hooper was really good too. Yeah. So that's where it went off. And let's check that Buzzards team. I want to see what their offense looked like. Torrens, Upton, Elvis. Okay, it's nothing special, but they're pitching, man. They're pitching dominated. Look at that. Lantana, McMahon, Arches, Bradwick. And Barton and Froggo are no slouches either. Joanna's got gas, and, you know, Sign Blinder is Sign Blinder when his trait works. He's good. He's mid, but he's good sometimes. Huh, how did they get 160? Maybe it's not surprising they got upset in the first round. Well, anyway, that's my thoughts, guys. So we did the hitting thing. It went worse. The hitting thing went worse than pitching. Let me know any ideas you want me to do next here on the channel. I'm really excited about this little short series, and hopefully we can keep it going for a little bit. You know, go through your ideas and see what might work in a sim and what doesn't work in a sim, because clearly all pitching or all hitting definitely doesn't work. If you made it this deep, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate the support as always. If you haven't already, hit the follow and or subscribe buttons down below here on Twitch to be notified next time I go live. And if you haven't already over on YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Link to Twitch down in the description below if you guys want to come over, watch the games live before they're posted, and also follow me over on this platform as well if you so choose. That's at PracNasty. Catch you on the next one, everybody. Until then, this is the Nasty One. Signing off. Have a wonderful day, evening, or afternoon, wherever you guys may be.